All right, welcome in everybody back to Wings Event Center, home of the Kalamazoo K-Wings on the big sheet for the second game of the Howie's hometown hockey tournament. 16U division, West Michigan Varsity 16U Green takes on the Chicago Bulldogs. Bulldogs 1-0 so far in the tournament, an 8-2 victory against the Oakland Junior Grizzlies. West Michigan falling earlier to the Afton Americans, 2-1. Hoping for something a little different in this game. Maybe a little bit quicker play, a little more teamwork, and a little more puck in the back of the net. Yep. All right, Buck Jabrocki in net for West Michigan in this game. Moore, Smilanich, Mitchell up front. Hohendorf on defense along with Bulldogs take the puck, bring it into the West Michigan end. Hohendorf down on the far end. Traps the puck, more in to help. Bulldogs pull it in the corner. Cycle it down low, pass in front, shot over the net. Off the stanchion, the Bulldogs keep it in the zone. Out to the point, gets around the pressure. Played in the near side wall and cleared by Hohendorf. Smilanich on the near side wall along with Mitchell. Chicago gets the puck, sends it cross ice. Whiffs on a pass to the middle, played by Mitchell back deep into the corner. He'll come off for a change. Bulldogs wrap around their own net. Try to carry it out on the near side. Pressured by Ayler. Played in by Rocco. Ayler holds it down low. Bulldogs there. They'll wrap a hard one around the wall. Timpey at the point. Timpey, top of the circle, puts it in towards net. A save. Loose on the side of the net. Loose in front. Into the goaltender, and he'll hold for a whistle. Rocco there, trying to stuff it in. West Michigan with the first two shots of the game. Miles Ayler on the faceoff. Rocco and Lopshire, his line mates. Timpey and Luke Hooper on defense. Face-off won by the Bulldogs. They play behind their net. Rocco pressures. Bulldogs out on the far side. Pass through the middle long, played by Timpey. Timpey back for Lopshire. Offsides delayed. Bulldogs will have some time to move it out. Bulldogs try to deflect it into the blue line, knocked down by the ref. Played back on the regroup. Bounced off the wall near side. Held out of the zone, loose for Rocco. Rocco goes down, penalty arms up, and the Bulldogs will go to the box first. West Michigan with their first power play. Stick got into the feet of Rocco, and the ref was right there to call the trip. Moore, Mitchell, Smilanich up front. Rocco and Hohendorf come out on defense. 90-second one-man advantage. Bulldogs win the draw, loose for Moore in front. Smilanich turns, tries to get a shot. Couldn't get much muster on it, played by Mitchell on the near side. Over to Smilanich. Smilanich towards net, Moore tried to deflect it. Loose behind the net, Bulldogs. Now Moore has control. Moore, trying to find Hohendorf. Just couldn't get lined up, and that one have to get regrouped in the West Michigan zone. Hohendorf leaves it for Rocco. Rocco cross ice for Smilanich. Smilanich into the middle, off of Hohendorf's stick. Moore's after the loose puck, deep. Sends it to the point. This is Rocco. Rocco back on the wall for Mitchell. Mitchell plays it towards net, deflected, loose in the feet, and cleared to the wall by the Bulldogs, and now length to the ice on the penalty kill, icing waved off. Jabrocki touches it up for Mitchell. Gets lost. Bulldogs get a stick on it, but Rocco's there. Sweeps it in the far corner. 30 seconds left in the power play. Moore has it. Moore cross ice on the tape for Smilanich. Smilanich across the blue line. Leaves it for Kuhn. Kuhn takes it in the corner, now wrapped around the net. Pressure on his back. Leaves it for Mitchell. Mitchell digs it out. Trying to set something up. Played it towards net, knocked down by the Bulldogs. Left for Mitchell. Mitchell loses an edge in the corner. Sent out to Rocco at the point. He plays it towards net. Kick save into the far wall. And a long-range pass knocked down by Rocco, played by Kuhn. Kuhn gets it in deep. Bulldogs get their fifth skater back. New player on the ice, Caden Finnerty. He's been sidelined with an injury. He's back on the ice today. Bulldogs take it in deep. Finnerty plays it. Hard around the wall, near side. Held in by the Bulldogs. Big hit at the wall by Poulin. But the Bulldogs clear it out. They'll regroup in their own end. Poulin, Finnerty, and Budwarman up front. Bulldogs carry it ahead, cross the red line, into the West Michigan zone. They put it deep. Kuhn will play it behind his net. Touches it into the corner. Finnerty plays it. Oop. Goes back on it. And Kuhn will dig it out. Up the wall, pressured. Loose, Budwarman plays it. Takes it back, leaves it for Finnerty, clears the zone, icing arm is up. And we'll bring it back for a D-zone draw. Moore's back out there at center. Berto. And Bateson up front. Timpey on defense with Hooper. This is Berto carrying it ahead. 3-on-2. Berto through the legs of the defender. He's held up. Goes and gets it at the end wall. Berto pressured, double teamed. Bulldogs dig it out. They'll send it to neutral. Timpey plays it. Gets it in the air. Moore at the blue line. Gets it in onside. Bulldogs with possession. Moore gets the loose puck. Moore down low. Pass to Berto. Oh, he couldn't get it in. Almost a beautiful play. Just off of Berto's stick, and the Bulldogs rush it back into the West Michigan zone. Good job by Timpey to cut the man down at the post. Loose in front, Berto settles it down, looks for a pass. He's got long range, and offsides whistled. The Bulldogs knocked that pass down and went in offside. On the face-off, Miles Ayler, Lopshire, and Rocco on forward. Rocco and Hohendorf on defense. This is Rocco. Crosses the red line, wraps it all the way around far side. Chicago's there. They leave it for Hohendorf. Oh, stepped over it, and the Bulldogs press ahead. Rocco pressures. Bulldogs in on Jabrocki. Oh, Jabrocki took a hit from his own player, and we'll get a whistle as the referee spills out in front of us. But Rocco collides with his goaltender, and the ref blew the play dead. Bulldogs win the draw. Point man plays it towards net, save by Jabrocki. Played top of the zone. Bulldogs point man holds it in. They've got it down at the end line. Pass in front, picked off by Hohendorf. Hohendorf carries it ahead. Across the red line, dumps it in deep. Rocco's there, presses it against the wall. Into the feet. Ayler there to help too. In the feet. Rocco kicks it. Trying to move it. Comes out to Hohendorf at the point. Hohendorf tries to dump it low, picked off by the Bulldogs. They'll carry it ahead 3-on-2. Soft pass off the wall. Bulldogs collect. Down on Jabrocki. Beautiful play by Hohendorf. From behind, lifted the stick and stole the puck away. Bulldogs maintain possession in the zone. They'll dump it deep. Hohendorf behind the net. On the near side, outlet to Lopshire. Lopshire to Rocco. Rocco in all alone. Rest of his line off for a shift change. He'll dump it in deep and do the same. Bulldogs deep in their own end, more pressures. Bulldogs break it out. Bulldogs carry it near side, and they'll dump it across the red line, dump it deep. After the loose puck is Kuhn. Kuhn feeds it to Mitchell in the near side corner, settles it down, gets it to Moore. Moore gets his pass knocked down, kicked ahead by Mitchell, held in by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs top of the zone, far side, drop pass, right down the center, shot knocked down by Mitchell. In front. Bulldogs on the near wall, pass back to the point, back to the wall, into the corner, more pressuring, behind the net. Bulldogs pass in front, saved by Jabrocki. Clear out by to Mitchell. Mitchell, Smilanich, and Moore. Mitchell dumps it in. Goaltender gets a stick on it into the corner. Mitchell after it, along with Smilanich. In the feed, Bulldogs dig it out. They'll pass up the wall. Cross-ice pass, knocked down by Hooper. He puts it off the wall, trying to find Mitchell. Bulldogs there. Moore at the blue line, has to wait for Mitchell to come out of the zone. Puck played out. Bulldogs try a pass cross ice, and we'll get an icing whistle. And an offensive zone drop. Ayler, Rocco, and Lopshire up front. Timpey and Hooper on defense. Face-off goes in the corner. Lopshire battles along with Ayler. Lopshire digs it out, carries it towards net. Has it poked into the back. Up the wall now. Timpey's going to try to hold it in. Gets it in deep. Lopshire behind the net. Finds it. Lopshire on the far side. Parker carries to the middle. Shot over the net. All the way to the near side. Timpey at the wall. Puts it back. Try to put it in the corner. Timpey gets it back. Bulldogs collect it. Soft pass behind the net. Pass through the middle. Timpey knocks it down. Ayler grabs it. He's got to wait for his line mates to come on side. Gets it in, but the Bulldogs take possession. Rocco pressuring. Bulldogs. Tipped by Berto deep into West Michigan end. Jabrocki settles it for Hooper. Hooper hard around the near side wall. All the way to the Bulldog zone. They'll possess with some space. D to D, back to the near side. Another D to D goes long. Moore gives chase. Bulldogs behind their own net. Bulldogs pass far side. Possession, cross the red line, blue line. In on Jabrocki and a glove save for the whistle. Finnerty, Budwarman, and Poulin up front. Save, shot and save from the point. Jabrocki covers. Poulin, Budwarman, and Finnerty up front. Rocco on defense with Hohendorf. Played out of the zone, chipped ahead after it's Budwarman. Bulldogs behind their net. We'll get another penalty call here. Interference on the Bulldogs. Got tangled up with Finnerty. And West Michigan gets their second power play of the game. Take advantage of this one here. First goal is going to set the tone. Hohendorf and Rocco on defense, but Warman, Poulin, the wingers. Caden Finnerty takes the face-off. Lexi Smilich in the house. Bulldogs win the draw. Chip to neutral zone, held up by Rocco. Waits for his teammates to come on side, takes it back in the zone. Played on the wall. Bulldogs, will get a whistle. What's that? Is that a high stick? West Michigan wins the draw. This is Rocco. Shot on goal, a save, loose in the corner. Bidwarman up the wall. On the power play, tries to make some space. Finnerty back to Bidwarman. Bidwarman cross for Rocco. Rocco down low for Hohendorf. Hohendorf back to Bidwarman, a shot saved by the goaltender. Bulldogs will slap shot that one length to the ice. And there to collect it is Rocco. Rocco's pass connects with Poulin, loose. Bulldogs pick it up in the shooting lane. Pressured, so they'll dump it in deep. Behind the net, this is Poulin. Poulin into the corner. His pass knocked down off a skate, loose for Hohendorf. Hohendorf behind Jabrocki, now up the wall, knocked down, but held up by, or still played by Rocco. Cross ice for Poulin. Penalty arms up. And we'll get a whistle. Poulin's gonna go 2 minutes for roughing. So a little 4-on-4 for 12 seconds. And then a 78-second power play for the Bulldogs. Face-off moved into the defensive zone. Moore comes out for the penalty kill with Mitchell, Kuhn, and Poulin. Sorry, 4-on-4, then a penalty kill. 12 seconds. West Michigan sends the draw behind Jabrocki, played by Poulin. Gets it out for Kuhn, loose on the wall. Kuhn gets it to neutral, but the Bulldogs take possession. They'll get their fifth skater back, and now they're on a power play. Bulldogs set something up behind the net, and now they'll break it out. Along the far side, cross center ice, into the West Michigan end. Puck goes loose. Jabrocki gets a glove on it, and we'll get a whistle. A little snowplow action on Jabrocki. Moore didn't like that. Seemed innocent, though. Minute left in the penalty kill. Moore's on the draw. Ties it up. Bulldogs kick it to the point. Now send it to the wall. Pass on the doorstep, a shot, and they score. Wide open, streaking on the doorstep, and Bulldogs take advantage of the power play and open up the game scoring. Coach Key's not happy about that. Coach him up. Point man slid right on the back door. Jabrocki was Finnerty on the faceoff. Finnerty, Smilanich, and Rocco. West Michigan, Finnerty into the zone. Bulldogs pull it right back out, though. Now they got a 2-on-1 in on Hooper. Bulldogs down low, a shot. Jabrocki holds for the whistle. Buck Jabrocki, our goaltender. Out comes Ayler, Lopshire. Right in on Jabrocki again. Do it over. Ayler, Lopshire, and Rocco up front. Hooper and Timpey on defense. Face off back to the point man. Pass again on the doorstep. Shot, save. Cleared into the back wall. Into the corner, Hooper. Puck squirts loose on the wall. Bulldogs have it. Point man lays a shot in on Jabrocki, a save. Hooper with possession in the corner. Up the wall for Rocco, 3-on-2. Ayler in the middle. Pushes it ahead. Ayler's got it. Shot. He scores! Miles Ayler with a nice top shelf shot. Tried to slide it across for Lobshire. Went off the defenseman's skate right back on the tape of Ayler. And he buried it, no doubt. One to one, evened up. Ayler, Lobshire, and Rocco again up front. Timpey and Cooper on defense. This is Timpey to the middle for Ayler. He dumps it in. Lobshire after it. In the corner. Lobshire gets it to Timpey at the point. Timpey in towards net. Kick save. Tied up in the feet. Scrum of players. Hooper trying to move it. Rocco, now it comes out. Bulldogs behind their net. Off the ref's skate. Rocco will play it. Rocco, tried to find Timpey. Bulldogs timed it well. Timpey dumps it back in, delayed offsides. Bulldogs far side corner. They'll go behind the net, D to D. Pass through the middle, goes long. That'll be icing. Moore, Berto, and Bateson up front. Hohendorf and Rocco on defense. Bulldogs pull the draw. Loose, Moore at the blue line. Lost it. Bulldogs play it ahead. Held out of the zone by Berto. Moore got a stick on it. Bulldogs chasing neutral. Moore ties it up. In to help is Berto. He rips it in deep. All the way to the far side. Crashing on that is Bateson. Bateson presses. Bulldogs chip it out through mid-ice. Defense on their back. Shot in on Jabrocki. Hohendorf feeds it to Moore. Moore's backhand for Bateson's played by the Bulldogs. Towards the middle. Knocked down nicely. At the wall. Bulldogs possessed. Shot, whiffed. Moore collects the loose puck, trying to find Berto. Right back to Moore, across the red line, gets Berto at the blue line. Berto shot off the side of the net, and the goaltender will get a glove on it for a whistle. When it went off the goalie's skate, off the backboards and right back to him. Poulin's out with Finnerty and Goodwarman. Poulin and Kuhn on defense. Bulldogs kicked out of the face-off dot. Bulldogs take the draw behind the net. Some room to move it out into neutral zone, cross the red line. Poulin gets a stick on it, loose in the back wall, pass in front. And that's covered by Jabrocki. Puck crawled up his sleeve a little bit. But a good save. Finnerty on the dot. Face off, won by West Michigan. Kuhn behind the net. Pressured. And we'll get a whistle here. Caden Finnerty whistled for a slashing call. So the Bulldogs on another power play. Their only goal of the game came on the power play with a minute left in the period. On the penalty kill, Bidwarman, Poulin, and Kuhn. Tied up in the feet. Bulldogs win it to the point. At the wall, now feed it behind the net. Bulldogs with possession. Behind the net near side. Pass out at the circle. A shot off the side of the net. Poulin with the loose puck. Bulldogs get it back. They have it down low. Good stick by Kuhn. Jumped the stick of the Bulldogs, but they get possession. Pass to the far side point. Now pass to the near side. Shot goes wide. Loose on the side of the net. Kuhn clears it to the back of the wall. Bidwarman after the loose puck. He'll try to send it. Held in by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs on the power play. Shot, save by Jabrocki. Another shot, save. Bulldogs on the far side wall. Skate right towards net with it. In on Jabrocki, gets a stick. And cleared out to the wall. Broken stick on the ice. And that will do it for the first period. So we're going to get a clear of the ice. After that, no more stops. So we'll be back in about 10, let's say 14 minutes, 36 seconds. 1-1 your score after one. Players coming back out for second period. Fresh ice. 1-1 our score. Jake Murtsky. Careful, buddy. West Michigan on the penalty kill for another 30 seconds. Buck Jabrocki faced 14 shots in that period. Made some great saves. The only goal was a power play goal by the Bulldogs. They'll look to do it again. The 30 more seconds. Affinities in the box. Penalty killers to start. Hooper, Timpey on defense, Lobshire, and Miles Ayler, the goal scorer, at the center position. We are ready to roll, second period. Buck Jabrocki in net. West Michigan wins the draw. Timpey, hard off the wall, gets it in deep. Goaltender kicks it into the corner. Bulldogs go D to D behind the net. Now they bring it back to the near side. Pass to the middle, connects at the blue line. Chipped away by Hooper. Pressed into the corner, Lobshire digging. Holds it there. Gets it out of the zone. Affinity's about to come on the ice. Penalty killed. On the ice comes Rocco. He goes right to the puck. Bulldogs enter it. Timpey with a stick on it, holds it out of the zone. And we'll get offsides as the Bulldogs bring it in. A hair offsides. Bateson, Berto, Moore up front, Kuhn, and Poulin on defense. Tied up in the feet, Bulldogs pull it out. They go D to D, neutral zone, and dump it in. Oh, in on Rocco, and that one squirts in. Off his blocker. Tried to knock it down, and it deflected between the legs. So the Bulldogs get a cheap one from half ice. Bulldogs pull the draw, they go D to D near side. Pressuring is Bateson. Bulldogs pull it back to the wall. Bateson disrupts. Bulldogs send it cross ice now. Across the red line. Held up by Kuhn. Bulldogs bring it in off sides. And we'll get a whistle. Face-off won by West Michigan. Berto with a stick on it. Moore collects it deep in the zone. Curls back to the far side. Pass knocked down by the Bulldogs. They sweep it into the corner. Played behind the net. Bulldogs there on the near side. Now back behind the net. Deflected. Bulldogs get it behind the net on the wraparound. Comes all the way through. Point man slap shot, and that goes in. A good shot from the point, went in glove side, through traffic. Good Warman, Finnerty, and Poulin up front. Hohendorf and Rocco on defense. Puck loose in the neutral zone. Taken by the Bulldogs. Pass near side, taken away by Finnerty. Finnerty off the wall, deep, and icing will be whistled. Three to one. A quick start to the second period for the Bulldogs. They get two quick ones. Let's see how West Michigan can respond. Finnerty, Budwarman, Poulin, Rocco, and Hohendorf. West Michigan able to clear it out. Poulin ahead. Trying to find Budwarman. Goes long. Bulldogs collecting their own zone. Near side. Pass far side now. At the blue line. On the tape. Pass knocked down by Hohendorf. He dumps it to neutral zone. Icing arms up, and we'll bring it back. Pass back to the Bulldog point, far side point. Shot wide of net. Loose on the near side wall, Bulldogs there. He'll dump it into the corner, deflected in front, chipped away. This is Finnerty. Finnerty collects behind the net, off the wall. Bulldogs point man, holds it in deep. Rocco, now Hohendorf behind the net. Hohendorf pushes it into the corner. Finnerty can't get it out, held in by the point. Shot towards net, deflected, into the corner. Now behind the net. Finnerty battling. Finnerty. Up the wall for Budwarman. He's held up. And that'll come out to neutral. Bulldogs collect it. They'll send it back into the West Michigan zone. Budwarman tries to clear, held up by the Bulldogs, put in deep. Finnerty with control behind his net. On the far side, eludes one. Sends a pass far side for Poulin. Poulin drives it in. Poulin puts a shot loose. Rebound, Budwarman! Slams it home! And West Michigan gets one back. Easy as that. Get it on the net. Get that rebound. Three goals in 3 minutes. Moore, Smilanich, and Mitchell up front. Hooper and Timpey on defense. Bulldogs win the draw. Defenseman pulls it ahead. Across the blue line. Takes it in deep. Pressure by Hooper. Shot goes far. Far side point. Can't hold it in. Mitchell pressuring. Mitchell kicks it ahead. Mitchell trying to push it, gets held up, lost a stick. Bulldogs now pressure the other way. Drop pass to the point, Smilich pressures. Loose on the wall, Bulldogs trying to find it in the feet. Mitchell comes back, cleared by Smilich. Race to the puck now, Bulldogs will be there, but Smilich right on their heels. Bulldogs near side, more pressures. Bulldogs, far side, pass through the middle, taken by Mitchell, now by Hooper. Hooper over for Moore, in on side. Moore back to Smilich in the middle. Smilich shoots, and he scores! Lucas with a blister, and this game is tied. Four goals in less than 4 minutes. Moore, Smilich, and Mitchell remain out up top. Hooper and Timpey. Bulldogs win the draw. They'll dump it in deep. Hooper after it behind the net. Sends it around near side for Smilich. Can't get it out. Bulldogs taken away by Mitchell. He's racing after the loose puck. Bulldogs there first, but Moore is behind him. Bulldogs chip it off the boards. They'll break it out. Across the far side. Bulldogs pass through the middle. Moore on the near side. Tried to chip it up the wall. Held up by the Bulldogs. Loose behind the net. Bulldogs there. Loose to the far side. Timpey chases. Timpey pass to Smilich. Off his skate. Bulldogs have to wait. Bulldogs behind the net. Timpey with a hit. Moore's got the loose puck. Gets it to Smilich. Finds Mitchell. Mitchell through mid-ice. Mitchell trying to get around the defender, and we'll get a whistle. Offsides. Not a bad whistle. Needed a change anyway. Ayler comes out with Rocco and Lopshire. Poulin and Kuhn on defense. Sent into the wall. Bulldogs race it ahead. Bulldogs take it to the middle, a shot, gloved by Jabraki, and that's held for the whistle. Bulldogs win the draw, shot, save Jabraki. Far side, Lopshire off the skates of Rocco. He chases it. Bulldogs around their own net to the near side. Pressured, picked off by Lopshire. Harker goes down. Pass comes out. Kuhn rifles a shot in. Save, loose on the doorstep and into the back wall. Puck played out by the Bulldogs. They play it to the middle. And they'll rush it ahead 3-on-2. Good back check by Rocco. Poulin ties up the man, keeps it in the wall. Rocco's there. Held in the skates in the corner. Poulin and Rocco working it. Now Ayler moves it to Lopshire. Lopshire from the red line dumps it in on net. Played into the corner. West Michigan with a change. Bulldogs go D-to-D in their own end. Pass up the far side, icing arms up. And we'll bring it right back for an offensive zone draw. Bateson, Moore, Berto, Hohendorf, and Rocco on defense. Tied up in the feet, played in the corner. Bulldogs sweep it behind their own net. Loose for Bateson. He gets roughed up into the wall. Berto there to help, held in by Moore. Bateson, Berto's got it. Berto behind the end line, backhand shot in on goal, and held for the whistle. More Berto and Bateson, Hohendorf and Rocco. Puck played behind the net, jumps the stick. Berto pressures, he's got it at the wall. Berto towards the middle. Oh, tried to find Hohendorf. He collects it, dumps it in deep. Moore's got it behind the net. Takes an elbow. Berto gets it to Hohendorf. Hohendorf from the wall to the middle for Bateson. Backhand shot, save. Into the corner, Bateson feeds a pass to Rocco at the point. Rocco puts it low, deflected up and into the net. The netting. Finnerty will come out, Budwarman and Mitchell, Hooper and Timpey. West Michigan puts it in the wall, Bulldogs there. Loose, Budwarman with a stick on it, loose, Mitchell's got it. Bulldogs able to clear it. Hooper's got it, he'll dump it in hard. Behind net and far side corner, Bulldogs. Near side wall, Hooper holds it. Hooper towards the middle off the skate, and the Bulldogs carry it ahead 2-on-1. Bulldogs take it wide, pass back to the middle. Great play by Budwarman. Drives the man to the backboards. Bulldogs keep it in the zone. Pass on the wall, now to the middle, loose. Budwarman chips, clears it though. Bulldogs get possession. They'll feather a pass through the middle, connects. On the near side. Now into the goaltender, and Rocco freezes it for the whistle. Moore, Mitchell, Smilanich up front, Kuhn and Poulin on defense. Defensive zone draw. About midway through the second period. Bulldogs win it. Point sends it far side point, shot, and they score. A blister from the top of the circle, and the Bulldogs climb back in the lead. It's off, tied up. West Michigan wins it. This is Poulin to Smilanich. Chips it in deep. Mitchell after it. Bulldogs. Mitchell ties it up. Smilanich lays the hit. Bulldogs able to move it out. Loose in the middle, picked off by Poulin. Played back into the West Michigan zone. Smilanich on the back check. Behind the net is Kuhn. Held up by the Bulldogs. Out in the middle, Smilanich. Puck held in the zone, Bulldogs. Play it around the wall, far side. Kuhn will have some room. Up the wall. Kuhn played it towards the middle. Bulldogs intercept. Bulldogs send it back. Near side, chipped away by Poulin. Dumped back in by the Bulldogs. Moore sends it cross ice. Kuhn up the wall, clears the zone. Bulldogs possess. Bulldogs stick handle through neutral into the zone, picked off by Poulin. Poulin leaves it into the middle of the ice. Bulldogs possess. They go D-to-D in their own zone. Mitchell intercepts neutral ice, backhand pass over to Poulin. Poulin across the red line, right back to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs in on side. Bulldogs shot knocked down by Kuhn. We get a penalty. Bulldogs, delayed call on West Michigan. Bulldogs have it, shooting lane off the post. And we'll get the whistle finally. Hooking call. Whistled on Mitchell. So another power play for the Bulldogs. They lead 4-3. Ayler, Rocco, Hohendorf, and Lopshire, the penalty killers. Face off, won by the Bulldogs to the point. Point man skates to the middle, puts a shot on Jabraki, save. Lopshire golf swing and clears it. Bulldogs behind their net, pressured by Ayler. Bulldogs break it out, far side. Pass near side, on the break. Oh, taken away nicely by Hohendorf. He chips it back into the Bulldog end. Lopshire with a little bit of heat. Bulldogs curl back into the corner. Now they send it near side. Now a pass far side, up the middle. Bulldogs. They'll set something up in the zone. Pass to the point. Now to the near side. Back to the top of the zone. Shot whiffed. Rocco slap shot. Held in the zone. Bulldogs near side. Back out on top. Back to the near wall. Back out top. Cross other side point. Into the skates of Ayler. Tied up there. Bulldogs squirted out to the point. Back to the far wall. Now to the middle with it. Sticks prevent the play. Now back out to the point. Shot knocked down by Lopshire. Bulldogs behind the net. 10 seconds left in the penalty kill. Pass back to the point. Now to the near point. Lopshire shuts the lanes down. Pass behind the net. Now in front and cleared by Rocco. Bulldogs keep it in the zone. On the ice comes Mitchell. Bulldogs shot off the side of the net. Hohendorf has it in the feet and cleared to Mitchell. Mitchell moves it ahead. Mitchell finds the grip. Mitchell takes it wide. Mitchell finds Hooper. Hooper over to Rocco. Slides into the wall. Rocco puts it in the corner for his brother. Rocco pass in front, blocked down, loose and kicked to the wall. Bulldogs backhand pass through neutral zone. Berto takes it away. Now taken by Rocco. Rocco's cross ice pass deflected by his brother. Put in deep. Rocco at the back wall. Gets pressed but keeps it in his feet. In to help is Moore. Moore up the wall. Comes out. This is Berto with a shot save. Bulldogs move it out far side. They've got a lane. Hooper presses. Bulldogs advance. Pass through the middle, goes all the way through. Berto with a stick on it. Berto's pass, played by Rocco. He takes a hit. Bulldogs go D to D in their own end. Back to the far side D. Cross ice pass. Gets through. Timpey kicks it into the wall, now into the corner. In to help is Rocco. Timpey digs it out behind his own goal. Pushes it in the far side. Berto's after it. Bulldogs get a stick on it and they'll bury it in deep. Near side corner. Bulldogs there. Pass out to the point. Shot. Deflected off of Rocco's stick. Bulldogs pass back to the far point. Bulldogs with it at the wall. Timpey pressures. Bulldogs cycle it. Now pass back to the point again. Shot goes wide. Near side. Bulldogs at the wall. They put one back behind the net. Moore and Timpey pressuring. Timpey's got it. He'll send that one to neutral. Bulldogs knock it down. Bulldogs near side. Zone entry. Now a pass cross ice off the skate. Taken by Timpey. Tried to clear the zone. Bulldogs hold it in. Timpey takes it away. 3-on-1. If they hurry. Played ahead by Finnerty. In on side. He's got Budwarman with him. Finnerty into the wall. West Michigan off on a shift change. Penalty arm is up. West Michigan's going to go again. Touched up. And Finnerty goes again for the hook. So West Michigan back on the penalty kill. 1:32 left in the period. 1:30 on the power play for the Bulldogs. Good Warman, Kuhn, Poulins are out there as well. Puck loose, pushed into the wall by the Bulldogs. Now behind the net, puck is bouncing. Kuhn ties the man up. Tied up in the feet, Bulldogs dig it out. Bulldogs on the wall. Good Warman pressures. In to help is Poulin. He's got it behind the net, avoids the hit, takes the puck off the wall, and clears the zone. Loose for Bidwarman. Bidwarman has got it in the zone. Bidwarman rips a shot and gloved by the goaltender. Ayler and Smilanich up front. Hohendorf and Rocco on defense. 5-on-4. Ayler on the face-off. Bulldogs win it. They sweep it behind their net. Pass far side, now near side. At the red line, loose and picked up by Smilanich. Smilanich carries it. Penalty arm is up. Bulldogs. Ayler at the wall. Ties it up in the feet, and we'll get a whistle. Interference call on the Bulldogs. So 4-on-4 for 30 seconds, which will end the period, and West Michigan will start the next period on the power play. Moore, Mitchell, Hohendorf, and Rocco. Tie in the feet. Bulldogs dig it out. They carry it behind their net. Pressured by Mitchell. Bulldogs near side. Breakout. Now cross ice. Played by Rocco. Moore is going to play it. Moore gets it to Mitchell. Mitchell fed it through the middle. Picked off by the Bulldogs. Goes loose. Moore after it. Moore to Rocco. Rocco shot towards net. A save. Loose, Rocco on the wall. West Michigan gets the skater back, and that buzzer signals the end of the second period. All right, third period ready to begin. Five on four for a minute. West Michigan with the power play. Moore, Smilanich, Mitchell, Timpey, and Rocco. Face-off played by West Michigan. Rocco to Timpy. Timpy in his own zone. Gets it to Smilanich. Lucas carries it in the zone, near side, into the corner. Moore scoops it. Feeds it to Rocco at the point. Rocco cross ice for Timpy. Timpy lays it towards net, goes wide, all the way to the near side point. Rocco back to Smilanich, loose for Mitchell in the corner. Jumped his stick, but he maintains possession. Rocco at the point. Played in towards net. Bulldogs with a stick on it, and they'll send it length of the ice. Rocco's there. Pushes it along the wall more. Leaves it for Rocco. Bulldogs hold it in. Bulldogs take it down low. Pass on the doorstep, cleared by Timpy. Smilanich settles it down, takes it behind the net. Bulldogs get their fifth skater back. Lucas carries it out with speed. Smilanich across the red line. Mitchell chases. Smilanich at the end line. Pass in front for Mitchell, oh, just wide. Smilanich collects on the backs on the wall. Leaves it for Kuhn. Kuhn down low for Ayler. Ayler behind the net. Ayler up the wall with it. Pressured. Maintains possession off the wall for Mitchell. Mitchell towards net. Shot, save, and covered for the whistle. Ayler on the face-off, Rocco and Lopshire. Kuhn and Poulin on defense. Bulldogs win the draw. They pull it behind their net. Now pass far side, off the wall. Icing's waved off. Bulldogs give chase. Behind the net, Poulin. Pulls it in the corner. He's double teamed. Bulldogs with a stick on it. Puck loose to the blue line. That comes out. Bulldogs will regroup. Cross ice. Pressure by Kuhn. Bulldogs bring it in. Goes deep behind Jabraki. Now played into the corner. Played by Poulin up the wall for Lopshire. He holds it. Gets himself some space. Finds Kuhn. Kuhn carried ahead. Pass the middle for Lopshire just off his stick. Bulldogs take possession. They carry it back. Red line, blue line. Poulin holds play up, moved to the middle, and cleared by West Michigan. Icing arm is up. And we'll get a change and a D-zone draw. Berto, Moore, and Bateson. Timpy and Hooper on defense. Face off in the feet. Bulldogs send it to the middle, picked off by Bateson. He clears the zone. After it hard is Berto. Bulldogs in their own end. Now behind their net. Berto gives chase. Bulldogs carry it out. Taken away by Moore and dumped in deep. Bulldogs near side. Outlet pass deflected into the middle. Bulldogs push it ahead. Hooper with pressure, Timpy with the interception, and we get a whistle. A roughing call on Berto. But Warman and Finnerty come out. Hooper and Timpy stay on the penalty kill. Minute and a half, penalty kill. Bulldogs win the draw. Back to the near side point. Now to the middle with it. Far side. Bulldogs pass back to the point. Into the middle, loose on the stick and cleared by Bidwarman. He's after the loose puck. Bidwarman races after it. Bulldogs got a stick on it and they'll carry it back. Near side, pressured by Timpy. Timpy collects, plays it up the wall, clears it to neutral. Bulldogs with it, pressured by Finnerty. Bulldogs on the power play here. Halfway through, carried up, now dropped to the defenseman, carries it forward, sent far side, now dropped to the point position. Pressure by Finnerty. Bulldogs carry behind the net, now to the near corner, Timpy pressures. Now Bidwarman with the stick on it. Over to Finnerty. Bulldogs have it at the end line. Good physical hit by Hooper and the cleared out by Timpy. 10 seconds left in the penalty kill. Ayler and Lopshire come out on the ice. Bulldogs carry it ahead with momentum. Lopshire pinches at the blue line. Bulldogs play it in on Jabrocki. He's going to use the paddle, and he blocks it for the whistle. Cross-check call on West Michigan. Another penalty kill here, minute and a half. 10:23 left in the third. Ayler on the draw. Lopshire, Timpy, and Hohendorf. Bulldogs win it at the point position. Now back to the wall. Shot on Jabrocki, kick save and cleared by Lopshire. Bulldogs with possession. They go D to D in their own end. Ayler with some heat. Ayler, nice job with the heat. Bulldogs need some help. Now they carry it ahead into the West Michigan zone to the middle. Pass on the back door, cleared to the back wall. Kuhn rips it, held in at the point. Pass to the far side, shot on Jabrocki, save, rebound in front, loose. And covered up, we'll get a whistle. Finnerty on the face-off. Bulldogs win, draw back to the point. Shot deflected, back to the back wall. Hohendorf collects it in the corner, eludes the man. Bulldogs get a stick on it, they have it down low, a shot over the net. Bulldogs from the far side point, back to the corner. Bulldogs up top, near side. Cycled, stick on it by Rocco. Bulldogs at the wall, pass out to the point, connects, now to the far side. Now a near side pass. Bulldogs, big hit. Bulldogs with it, top of the zone, shot on Jabrocki is gloved for the whistle. Bateson and Berto come out. Timpy and Poulin on defense. 2 seconds left in the penalty kill. West Michigan wins the draw. Timpy Clears the zone. Moore comes out. That's Bateson. Bulldogs send it cross ice and deflect it in. Rocco after the loose puck in the corner. Gets tied up. Moore gets a stick on it. Try to find Berto off the skate. Bulldogs try to get it in. Picked off by Poulin. Now picked up by Moore. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Moore takes it wide. Moore dumps it for Timpey. Timpey shot in on net, deflected. Loose on the side of the net. Got a little chippy there. Little shoves. Game's coming down to the wire, 8-19. West Michigan going to get whistle. Looks like coincidentals. Bateson's going to go for West Michigan. Oh, Berto's going to go as well. 2 penalties on the West Michigan side, so another power play for the Bulldogs. Yep. Smilich, Moore, Mitchell, and Poulin. No, wait a minute. Looks like we got a 2 and a 10, it looks like. So 5-on-5. Bulldogs win the draw. They go D to D, far side. Pass through the middle, goes long, cleared out. Smilich with a stick on it. Timpey intercepts. Timpey rushes it ahead, puts it in deep. Timpey on the back wall, collects it. Timpey behind the net. He's taken down. Sent far side, Moore after it on the wall. Chipped out for Poulin to give chase. Loose. Bulldogs keep it in the zone. Bulldogs get whistled for the offsides. Berto and Bateson are in the box. I'm not sure who got the 2 and 10, but somebody's serving the 2. Played behind the net. Rocco. Could be also a double minor on the Bulldogs side, so maybe both players will come out. A save by Rocco. Mitchell, Rocco, and Ayler up front. Delay here as the refs mouth guard violation, so Rocco. Bulldogs with it, shot in on Jabraki, and he gloves. Ayler on the dot. Game has slowed down here in the last minute or so. Let's get the energy back up. 4-3, Bulldogs lead. Bulldogs win the draw. Shot knocked down. Loose on the near side, held, taken out to neutral zone. Bulldogs dump it back in on Jabraki. This is Rocco with it. Cross ice for Mitchell. He deflects into the zone. After it is Lopshire. Bulldogs able to collect. Hohendorf sends it in deep. Bulldogs pull it in the corner. Now behind the net, Mitchell centers a pass. Knocked down. Sent into the corner. Bulldogs pass to mid-ice, connects. Bulldogs take it wide. Good job by Rocco. Pressing play into the wall. And we'll get a whistle as the net comes loose. Bateson comes out along with the Bulldog player in the box. Berto stays. Mouthguard found off the ice. It's Lopshire, so he'll put it back in. Face off to the Bulldogs. Shot wide, loose on the near side. Played into the corner. Behind the net, Poulin sweeps it up the wall for Goodwarman. Bulldogs loosen it up, have it at the point. Settles, puts a shot off a skate. Finnerty with it. Finnerty behind the net. Bulldogs pressuring. They get some help. Centering pass knocked down, loose on the near side. Played by Poulin. Poulin off the wall, played by the Bulldogs. In the feet, Poulin's there. Played by Finnerty. In towards net, goalie sucks it in for the whistle. Slash call, so West Michigan with the power play. Bulldogs will serve a minute and a half, 5:45 left in the third. Moore, Smilanich, Mitchell up front. Timpy and Rocco on defense. West Michigan with the win. Oh, Bulldogs pull it out. Knocked down by Rocco. Possessed in neutral zone over for Timpy. Timpy near side for Moore. Moore gets it in the zone. Goes deep in the corner. Bulldogs hard around the wall. Timpy holds it with his skate. Bulldogs send it length of the ice. Jabraki settles it for Rocco. Now Rocco will carry it out. Pass disrupted, but Smilanich is there to pick up. Lucas carries it in. Stops at the wall, centers it. Oh, over for Moore. Moore gets it back to Timpy. Timpy over for Rocco. Rocco shot and a glove save by the goaltender. More on the face-off. Mitchell, Smilanich, Rocco, and Timpy. Bulldogs win the draw. They send it length of the ice. Timpy's going to find it far side. Smilanich carries it off the wall. Bulldogs send it in deep. Jabrocki settles, leaves it for Timpy. Now Moore behind his own net. Leaves it for Timpy. Timpy up the wall for Mitchell. Mitchell over for Smilanich. Smilanich finds it. Top of the zone, Moore. Backhand deep for Smilanich. Goes behind the net. Bulldogs send it in the corner. Moore is there. Frees it up. Off the wall for Mitchell. Bulldogs hit their fifth skater back. Mitchell rips a shot, goes wide, wraps all the way around to neutral zone. Bulldogs after the loose puck. Timpy gives chase. Loose, Jabrocki gets a stick on it, settles it for Moore. Moore takes it in the corner, picked off by the Bulldogs. Rocco drives the man in the wall. Moore's got it loose. Pressured though. Puts it back behind his own net for Rocco. Rocco on the breakout for Mitchell, picked off by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs put a shot in on Jabrocki, rebound off the post. Smilanich, far side wall, trying to clear, does. Bulldogs go D-to-D in neutral zone. Now a pass on the opposite side, drives it in, through the corner, Timpy's gonna have room. Behind the net, try to feed a pass out, blocked, Moore's got it. Moore sends it length to the ice. On the goaltender, icing waved off. Shift change, on comes Ayler, Rocco, and Lopshire. Bulldogs, long range pass, Hooper there. Hohendorf, back to Hooper. Hooper up for Rocco. Rocco had it deflected but maintains control. Rocco in. Rocco carries it low and gloved by the goaltender for the whistle. Under 3 minutes. Ayler on the dot. Miles with a goal today. First of the game for West Michigan. Bulldogs able to clear it here to neutral. Hooper's there, bangs it in deep. Bulldogs behind their net with Lopshire on the heels. Bulldogs wrap it around. Hooper can't hold it in. It goes length to the ice. Icing waved off. Jabrocki will settle it for Kuhn. Collision in mid-ice. Hooper goes down. Kuhn behind his own goal. Feeds a pass to Rocco. Rocco for Lopshire, held up at the blue line. Rides the wall, comes out to neutral. Bulldogs cycle back into their own zone. Near side. Now goes loose in the corner. Lopshire after it. Bulldogs send it behind their own goal. Bulldogs outlet on the near side. Now pass to the middle, jumps the stick. Kuhn will be able to play it. Approaching 2 minutes left in the game. Kuhn around the near side for Lopshire. Tries to clear the zone, held in by the Bulldogs. Hooper settles it. Hooper back for Lopshire. Lopshire, cross ice pass. That'll settle in the Bulldog zone. Shift change, out comes Bateson, Budwarman, Finnerty, Poulin, and Timpy. Bulldogs get it back in the West Michigan end. Timpy holds it there. Finnerty's pass, knocked down. Timpy, Finnerty gets it to Budwarman. Budwarman enters the zone, taken by the Bulldogs. Finnerty, and pushed back out of the zone by the Bulldogs. Timpy with a stick on it, held up by the ref, dumped in by the Bulldogs. Minute 20 left. Behind the net is Poulin, picked off by the Bulldogs. They carry it up the far side wall, pressured by Bateson. Bulldogs, top of the zone. They'll dump it in the corner. Timpy into the wall. West Michigan trying to move it out. Poulin. 3-on-1, but he gets it out. Poulin drives it ahead. No, this is Finnerty. Finnerty in onside. Finnerty's shot knocked down, but played behind the net. Less than a minute left. Timpy from the point, played towards net, just wide. Loose on the far side, empty net on the West Michigan end. Budwarman's cross-ice pass, jumps up Timpey stick, clears the zone. Timpey will hold it at the wall, wait for his teammates to come back onside. Timpey and Rocco down to trying to find Finnerty. Bulldogs try to outlets into the neutral zone for Rocco. Rocco over for Timpey, 30 seconds. Finnerty chips it in. Sent back into the West Michigan side. Mitchell collects mid-ice. Mitchell's backhand picked off by the Bulldogs. Driven in, Bulldogs with it. They got an open net down there. They shoot. Cleared out by the defense. 10 seconds on the clock. Rocco try to play it ahead. A shot in by the Bulldogs. Moore's got it, 1 second, and that will do it. Hard-fought game, 4-3 your score. Bulldogs come out on top. West Michigan, second loss of the tournament. Tomorrow morning, back here, 9 a.m. Game against the Naperville Sabres. Game 3 of pool play, and then they'll get reseeded for a Saturday night game. We'll see where the team ends up. Either a quarterfinal match or a consolation game. 4-3 your score. Chicago Bulldogs come out on top. Thanks for watching. Have a great Saturday.